Hi everyone, I'm Giulia from Cambridgeshire Library, and today I'm here to show you how to make a fun and simple craft using a very cool, but I would say unusual art technique. Let me give you a hint. So today is National Tea Day. Any guess? That's right. We are going to draw and paint with tea. So, why don't you ask your mommy or daddy to put the kettle on and make a very nice cup of tea. Let's make two, one for them so they can sit down with us and relax, and one for you so you can paint with it. It's a good idea to use the tea when it's cold. So let it cool down for a bit, and in the meantime let's take a white paper or card and we can start ripping all the edges off like this. The more irregular it gets, the better. Today I want to show you how to make a paper look old using your tea. Some of you may already know how to do it. Others may already try it. Others maybe not. So, when your paper will look just like this, it's time to squish it and squash it. Like this. Here we go. So, when it will look like mine, we're placing it in a baking tray because we don't want to get too messy. And we take our tea bag out from your cup, we squeeze it a little bit, and we start tapping it all over the paper, just like this. Mine is broken, but it's okay, as you can see. And we do it a little bit more until it's all covered and colored. And it also smells quite nice. There you go. Like this. So, as it's too wet now to draw straight on it, what I suggest you to do is to leave it overnight, like I did. And tomorrow morning, it will look like this. So when it's all nice and dry, it's time to be creative, and we can draw, we can write on it, we can use markers, pens, coloring pencils, coloring pens, and you can draw whatever you want. Today, on mine, I'm going to draw a treasure map. So, I'm using some markers and I'm starting drawing some landmarks. I'm starting with a house. in between the clues. I'm going to draw some trees. And the dots. I'm gonna draw a bridge. Mountains. I'm going to draw a waterfall. And all the dots are leading us to the X. And X marks the spot. So this is my treasure map, and let me show you what my son Leonardo did yesterday. So, I'm sure now you have plenty of ideas to create a fantastic treasure map on your own, or other beautiful drawings using this paper here. Second thing I want to show you today is how to actually paint with tea. It will work like with watercolors, and for doing this you will need some white paper or card. Best would be watercolor paper because it's much more thicker and it's meant to hold up the water, but you can use regular paper or card. Paper towel, pencil or a coloring pencil, paintbrush, and your tea. So every kind of tea will work. Just use what you got at home. I made myself a couple of different kinds of teas in different cups. I made them in advance. This is English breakfast tea, green tea, and Earl Grey. Just to explore the possibilities with colors, or at least with different shades. So you can, if you want a darker tone, you can put 2 tea bags in the same cup and leave the tea bags, not removing them, and you can test the strength of your color on a scrap paper. So first you have to choose what you want to draw. Yesterday I decided to draw a dinosaur, and once you decided, you can draw on the paper using your pencil or your coloring pencil. So as I've already done mine, let me take the English breakfast tea and let's paint. So I'm pushing on the tea bag itself just to take as much color as possible. So a good advice is to make sure you don't have too much water on your paintbrush, especially if you're using a regular paper, because you will rip easily. So just apply the strokes very gently. And if you want to avoid the, the waving effect of a paper when it's wet, you can use some masking tape, and you can stick your paper on a board. So you tape, and you stick it all along the edges. Like this. And you will leave it till the painting will be completely dry. So let me show you. You will notice that it will take a long time to dry, so you will have to be patient. And if you will notice some big puddles of water on your paper, you can speed up the drying, just drying off your paintbrush on the paper towel like this, and you can spread the puddle around, or you can pick it up with your dry paintbrush like this, and it will dry a little bit faster. So as you can already see, the first layer is quite light, so it's going to be a soft looking piece. You can decide to leave it like that, it will be good, or if you want to build some contrast, you can go over multiple times, but make sure the first layer is dry, completely dry. Otherwise, in watercolor, everywhere you put a stroke and it's wet, everything will kind of blend together, so it won't make much difference in terms of contrast. So let me show you. This is what I've done yesterday. This is just the first layer. So I'm going to add another layer on the turtle. Like this. I just okay, there we go. So if you want, you can also add details using a pen. I'll show you on the fish this time. You can do something like that. So you can add more layer, you can leave the first layer, you can use a pencil to add details, and another thing you can do is use you can use your paintbrush as your pencil, and you can draw straight, freehand with it. So I'll take another piece of paper. This time I'm going to use green tea. And I'm going to draw the same dinosaur. Like this. And this. And you can draw whatever you like. I'm sure you're going to have lots of fun and you're going to make fantastic artworks. I'm probably going to wait for this to dry and go over. To dark it a little bit, like this. There we go. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye!